It's just Gold Ship here, but as we go on for the next Legend races, I don't think much has changed because, as you may see in a moment, I have been, well, trying to train more Gold Ship and also other girls, obviously, but boy, has it not been great here. So we're gonna use the exact same Gold Ship. I probably need to filter at this point. I don't need to filter, but I'm going to. And just to make sure we know which one we're using, it's not that Gold Ship, it's this Gold Ship. The one that has firm conditions and standard distance. Less power, but I think more skills are going to proc, and if I'm wrong about that, well, we'll find out shortly. But most definitely, we are trying not to get past we should have the stats to do this. Now, do we have the mood to do this? No, so we're going to parfait here. I think well, let's count in my mind how many negative mood races I'll have, because I don't even remember from day one. That's how much training and research I've done looking into things about Musume and learning from veteran trainers as well. I would not call myself a veteran trainer. I'd be more like a trainee trainer, if nothing else, but as we get into this race here, I just realized that we're on horizontal races. But that's perfectly fine. Let me actually just change that really quickly, though, because I want the portrait. But at least for the first race, we'll have a horizontal race, basically, which I don't mind. But yeah, as we pop firm condition, standard distance, and concentration, we should theoretically be able to win. I have won already on day one, but now the question is how many Gold Ship races I will completely, can I sweep an entire day? That is actually the goal. Granted, it's RNG at this point because my Gold Ships and girls in general and trainees in general, every single one is, not being trained efficiently. Whether that's because my support cards don't stack up to snuff with what I'm trying to do, but also most definitely, or my training strategy. I do make blunders more frequently than I expect, and that causes from what I think, the average number of fans, at least, that I get per run can fluctuate. I think I'm like averaging 200,000 if I were to eyeball guess in my mind's eye, but yeah, I just realized I did a thing. I think it's gonna be fine. Well, I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna see what happens. So if I do that, what exactly happens to the thing? That. So I think we're okay. Anywho. We'll do things. I say things in OBS, I'm kind of just going crazy too, because I'm trying to juggle a few things in my mind as it pertains to the stats of the exact stat distribution that I want for my girls, and trying to also still grind for sparks, as we'll call in the global server. Specifically stat sparks. I think I have a way to reliably get 600 stamina, power, and wits. Power, yes. Speed, stamina, and power. The problem is, one, it's RNG, yes, but two, as we close up on Symboli Rudolf here in the final spurt, that is really good. We should be able to win, unless Symboli Rudolf gets a speed as well and we lose the lead. That would be something to see. But yeah, just doing spark farming. So there's the velocity up. Do we get past here? No, thankfully. I'm pretty sure no. But let's just see. Let's wait for the finish line cross. That's where I like to wait. And as we get kicked once more, hey, if we can get all three, timestamps exist. Also, I didn't open with that. I should have opened with that. I usually open by talking about timestamps, but here we are, now in the middle of the video. So yeah, we're going to stick with this Gold Ship. I think this Gold Ship has the better odds of winning in terms of stat distribution and skills required. I think the other one is also missing a few skills. There's an awful mood, so there's our second negative mood of the day. And assuming that each mood state has the same odds. I was kind of thinking in my mind, that's why I didn't click, sorry. Yeah, assuming each mood, so basically there's a 40% chance that you get a negative mood at all, if we're assuming they're equal. That means out of 3 races, that would be about, to get all 3 in a row. So to get 40% in a row 3 times, that would be 7.2%. Now, we're not talking about the awful mood. We're counting both bad and awful moods. So, yeah, it would be really unlucky to get that. But as you may see in this video, hey, at least this is why I don't need to worry about recording all the time, although some crazy things have happened. I've written them down as notes somewhere, but those will be for training videos, whether it's early prog, whether I continue that, or move into quote-unquote mid-prog, I guess is what I'll call it. Also, we're a bit farther back than I would like, but that's okay for now. That's the That's the whole goal of the chaser slash end strat until we get rushed here. Then I'm going to be a bit more sad. We should have the stamina to still last, but unless rushed, usually, if not always, exhausts you, I am going to be in a world of pain. On top of the fact that we're now a pace chaser, and we're probably not going to proc. Yeah, I think we can. Nope, we can't. We have to be 10th or below to proc unique skill. I'm pretty sure. Did we even proc it last time? I wasn't even paying that much attention because I was yapping so much. But as we enter the, what is it, 1,000 meters you left? I'm going to say 1,000, or is it 800? Well, yeah, 1,000 meters left, and we're approaching the final spurt in a hot 200, 400 meters. Hopefully we have the stamina for this. We're about to find out. So, other people are getting rushed as well. I'm pretty sure that's what happens when the commentator says that, but you're not getting rushed. So, as we pull in up ahead for the final spurt, let's see if we actually pass, or we lose stamina at the final end here. I've seen that before. It doesn't look good. Basically, you'll see your trainee boost forward, and then they will promptly, at around 200, 150 meters, slow back down. That's when you know you've lost stamina, because I've seen it for myself. Although, for you, the viewer or listener, this sounds like hearsay, so, I mean, it is hearsay, because I don't have the recording of that anymore, but I've seen it happen. But yeah, we should be able to win this, too, unless something really strange happens, like that generic catches up to us. And let's go 3 for 3 for today, which is kind of odd, because unless I didn't parfait a negative mood in my first day, I feel like that happened recently, but I don't remember when. I know I used Gold Ship, I called it Gold Ship 1 in the timestamp, and that didn't go so well, so we're sticking with this. Good, we should be perfectly fine. It's not great, which is what the parfait pushes you to, but we should still be able to perform. Now, it might be a bit close. In fact, we might just lose because we don't pull forward ahead, but we'll see if that much power makes the difference, if that affects power, because I think it's S aptitude that only increases your speed. I think it's about 5 to 7%. I'm seeing conflicting numbers, but as this race starts here, we'll hope. We're both on the inner brackets, and I have seen skills that activate based on proximity to the inner railing, so that's going to be something interesting to see later on. But that's kind of a sneak peek at, I think, way later. Might be even, if I were to guess, 7 to 8 months down the road? I can't remember. But anywho, seeing skills proc is nice. 400 wits, 400, 600 wits. I think that's the jump between like an extra 7 to 9% in skill proc rate. And you're around 70 to 80% at around 400 to 500 wits. I don't remember the exact thresholds at the moment, but just know that unless you're pushing to 1100, 1200 wit, 600 works perfectly fine. I like to stay at 300, 400, although that's more at the 70% mark of skills procking. And then 400 to 500 is around 80%-ish. Basically, they're diminishing, or there's an exact phrase, but they're diminishing returns as your wits grows higher above the several hundreds. But it is still important because it also stops you. I mean, if you can lower the chance of you being rushed by, a 5 to 7% per 100 wits at about the 300, 600 range, yeah, that's pretty important. But for the most part, minimum 300 wits, in my opinion. I prefer 400, and then for grinding sparks, or looking for sparks, spark farming, whatever you want to call it, I like 600 wits because that gets you the chance to get 3-star. So specifically for me, as we get into the final spurt here, yeah, 600 to try and grind for a 3-star spark. It's RNG in the end, but as we approach this final spurt, we're a bit far back, and that worries me immensely. So this is what I was worried about, that we didn't have the power to put ourselves in a good position. In fact, we're still stuck, and it looks like we're going to lose this one. Yeah, that great mood really did make the difference, eh? Should have just parfaited. I don't know why I'm sitting on parfaits on a limited, day-limited race. Or basically limited races, because you get 9 in total. But yeah, we're definitely not winning this time. So we concede this one to Symboli Rudolf. Yeah, this is a lesson to me to parfait. Oh my goodness, where are we? I'd say 5th? I couldn't even tell from that. So, yeah, 5th. Well, I did my best. We'll do a quick star piece check just to be sure, but I'm pretty sure I'm a ways off unless I pull more Symboli Rudolphs. But we'll do this daily shop here. Nothing much. We'll buy another parfait. I think this is going to be clocks and parfaits from now on. I know better now. But as we check our star pieces for Symboli Rudolf, yeah, the economy for my star pieces does not look good. I say my specifically because I don't know how other people are doing. Some people might spend money to do the paid scouts, but I'm here as a free-to-play, in case anyone did not know. So we're doing our best. That's not potential. And we are going to be at 114, so yeah, nowhere close. Although when I turn in, we're gonna get a lot closer with these legend races, but yeah, it's gonna be a bit. So without further ado, if you have anything to say, if you want to see more stuff, if you want to see a certain type of Musume content in particular, let me know. Otherwise, I will at least think about it. I usually try to respond to comments. Sometimes if there's nothing to respond to, or I'm like, oh, that's good enough, I don't really respond. But yeah, without further ado, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Not gonna take up much more of your time. Bye!